Today we are reviewing The Ultimate Gift, a 2006 American drama film. Subscribe if you're new and click the bell for future notifications. This movie starts when his rich grandfather Hayward Red Stevens is making a will. Later on he dies. Jason does not expect to inherit anything from his multi-billion-dollar estate. He strongly resents his grandfather because his father died while working for him. Despite that, his grandfather left him an inheritance, but it comes with a condition. Jason must complete 12 separate assignments within 1 year before he can get this inheritance. Each assignment is centered around a gift. Gifts of work, money, friends, and learning are among the dozens that Jason must perform before he is eligible for the mysterious ultimate gift his grandfather's will has for him. He should not fail at any of them. If he fails, he gets nothing. Red's attorney and friend Mr. Hamilton and his secretary Miss Hastings attempt to guide Jason along the path his grandfather wishes him to travel. His first assignment was to Texas, where he works on his grandfather's friend Gus Caldwell's ranch for a month, learning what hard work is. On his return after completing the first task, everything he values is suddenly taken away from him. His luxury apartment, his posh car, and all his money, and he's left homeless.
Well, you don't begin to live until you've lost everything. Heck, I've lost everything 3 or 4 times. It's the perfect place to start.
I want you to come back at the end of the month with one true friend.
At this point, he's asked to produce just one friend. His trendy girlfriend, Caitlin, ditches him when his credit card is rejected at a fancy restaurant, and none of his friends are willing to give him a place to stay, despite him having done so many favors for them in the past. Running to his mother for help, his mother tells him she cannot help him. As part of the agreement, he miserably wanders the city alone. While sleeping in a park, he encounters a woman, Alexia, and her outspoken daughter, Emily. Jason befriends the two and then asks them to go to the attorney's office and confirm themselves as his true friends in order to pass his assignment. With this, Emily offered Jason to be real friends, not just friends for the show. To this he agreed, but after the visit to the lawyer's office, Jason walks away and ignores Emily's request to see him again. However, Jason accidentally discovers that Emily is suffering from leukemia and sees a chance to develop a strong bond with someone. From that point, he tries his best to help Emily have a great life while it lasts, and Emily encourages a romance between Jason and her mother. Another of his tasks requires him to travel to Ecuador and study in a library his father and grandfather built to help the people there. Here he's given the gift of laughter. On top of that, he was to receive the gift of education. This trip brings him to address his resentment over the death of his father there, and he makes a trip into the mountains with a local guide to see where it happened, the death of his father. Jason learns from his guide that the story he had always believed about his father's death was a lie, fabricated by his grandfather out of guilt and shame for trying to push Jason's father into the oil business. While they were reminiscing about the death of his father and how it happened, Jason and the guide are captured and taken hostage by militants for several weeks, until Jason manages to ensure their escape. He later returns to America and discovers that Emily's condition has deteriorated, and Emily had one wish: to have Christmas.
I want Christmas. I want to ride a horse.
Oh, I got like a week or 2 left with this other thing. But, let me make a call and see.
Jason. Yeah.
Jason offered to prepare a better Christmas for them next year since they missed this Christmas while he was held hostage, but Emily asked him to have it now, so he arranges for Gus to host a belated Christmas celebration at his home for them. Upon completing his 12 tasks, Jason is given a sum of $100 million to do with whatever he pleases, and all of his property is returned to him. Caitlin, knowing that now Jason has regained his wealth, makes an attempt to win him back, but Jason declines her offers. With his inheritance, Jason chooses to build a hospital called Emily's Home for children with terminal illnesses. But before the building could begin, Emily dies. After the groundbreaking for Emily's Home, Jason is recalled to the law firm for one more meeting, and he was told that he has exceeded the expectation of his dead grandfather, and he is given the final gift of $2 billion, rewarding Jason not only for his completing the task, but for using the $100 million to help others. That night, Jason is seen sitting on a bench in the park when Alexia joins him. He thanks her for the help that she and her daughter gave him. Then they kiss as a butterfly representing Emily flies around them, and they lived happily ever after.